Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. And before I proceed into the Kenyan politics, it's with grief that we have lost the former Cabinet Secretary for Education, Professor George Magoha. He collapsed in his house and was rushed to the Nairobi hospital, but sadly he was pronounced dead. The doctors tried what they could, but they could not manage. So as we speak, we have lost a giant, an academic machinery in this country. May God put his heart in eternal peace. And his brother, also a professor who stays in the United States of America, had also died. And his body had already arrived in Kenya for burial. So it's really sad that from the Magoha family, we now have two funerals. It's really sad. His brother, Professor Richard Alex Nyabera Magoha, died on 6th December 2022. Now, his body had already arrived in Kenya ahead of his burial at Township Primary School, Yala. So, it's really sad. May God really comfort this family. Back to the Kenyan politics, ladies and gentlemen. And because as a country we are mourning, allow me to be very gentle, not to shout today in my analysis. But I want to say this. From yesterday, members of parliament have been protesting. Wabunge wa Kenya wamechoma tires. Wanasema it's not business as usual until CDF has been dispersed to the constituencies. Walikuwa Mombasa, jana they protested, but today they walked out of that meeting asking the government with immediate effect to release the funds, which I fully support. But before I support these clueless members of parliament, before I support these toddlers, before I support the unreasonable members of parliament, I want to give my comments. Sorry for using those tough terms, but let me say this. Our wabunge, UDA has Kenya Kwanza has the majority in parliament. Hawa wabunge ndio walipiga kelele wakisema hawapangwingwi. I remember very well. Very well. Sasa Ruto amewadanganya, mumekimbia constituency, mumepeana application forms za CDF, hamuna pesa. Vierere. Mshapeana forms kwa wazazi, mkiwadanganya, pesa ziko, jaza form. You do not have money. Mutaambia nini watu? Ni kuwatega Ruto amewatega, what is going on? Ruto has cooked an ending war for you guys. If you don't see. You are moving from Mombasa to the constituents. What are you going to tell the students? Umunaenda kuambia nini? There are students who entirely depend on CDF. What are you going to tell them? I didn't want to shout. We are parents who entirely depend on CDF. What are you going to explain to them? Either you are an Azimio or you are a Kenya Kwanza member of parliament. Ukirudi kwa constituency, what are you going to tell the parents? Muliimba hamupangwi. Nikawaonya. mkakataa kusikia. Mnakumbuka nikiweka video ya basari hapa, mnakumbuka nikiweka video ya CDF, mkadhania I was making a noise. It's dawning to you guys that I meant it when I spoke. Niliwaonya. For those people who follow me, kwa hii platform, wale mnaonifuata, mnakumbuka nikifanya video kuhusu CDF, when Mother Kome alisema CDF is unconstitutional, I warned members of parliament on this very, very platform. They never listened to me. Now, it's dawning to them that this government is not the government they knew. Na mutasukumwa to the wall. Let me tell you, members of parliament, if you miss CDF, the electorate are going to swallow you raw. Bila chumvi. They will swallow you. Hakuna mahali utasimama kuongelesha watu na ushawapatia forms wamejaza, zimepigwa mihuri na mapasta na machifu. Mutapeleka wapi? Kimeumana, nyinyi pigeni kelele. Ruto ashatoka Kenya, hayuko. Pigeni kelele, mzee ameenda. Nakumbuka when Ruto hosted members of parliament for tea, mulipiga makofi, you clap. I saw you clapping. Uzuri, in this dispensation of digital era, internet doesn't forget. I remember the double speaker telling you this. I know what the CDF did to me. I will not let it go, and I will make sure you get your money on time. That is what Ruto told you. Mukapiga makofi. I saw you clapping. I remember that day very well. He promised you. But you guys, mnajua Ruto ni nani kweli? Anasema hiki leo, kesha akasema kile. Akisema hiki jana, leo kasema kile. Hanaruka tu, kiruka njia, naruka tu. Leo ni, kesho ni, Mr. 6 months, Mr. 3 months, Mr. 6 months, Mr. 3 months. I want to remind you, and I want to take you back to this video. I don't know if you really remember this. I want to take you back to, can you listen to this video?
Let me also undertake on behalf of our team here that CDF for members of parliament is going to be an instrument that will continue to exist. I know we believe in the rule of law. We know that the legislation that was taken to court is the old legislation. It's not the legislation that currently is the basis upon which CDF is going on. We will continue to work with the law so that it continues to be available, because I have been a member of parliament when there was no CDF, and I have been a member of parliament when there was CDF, and the difference is immense. So I know how important it is for CDF to continue, because it is one of the funds whose impact can be seen in any part of Kenya. I, however, want to also tell you, as members of parliament, especially those of us in the National Assembly, that how you use CDF will determine how long you stay in parliament. Yeah? It is as simple as that. Even if you don't do anything else, if you make sure CDF is used properly, you will be re-elected. Lakini ukienda sasa na hiyo na ingine, raia are very good at accountability. They know. Yeah, they know whether that money is being used properly or not.
Wabunge wa Kenya, nisikilize tena vizuri zaidi. Nimeona mkiwa na press conference Mombasa. Wabunge wa UDM mmeogopa kuzungumza because you will score your own goal from the clip I've played here. Mulikataa kuongea, but deep in your hearts you are dying slowly. Na bado watu niliona wakizungumza, wengi wao ni wabunge wa Azimio, akina Babo Wino, akina huyo mbunge wa Nyaribari Masaba na wengine. Nyinyi mulikanyagia kwa sababu mtachekelewa. Why? You endorsed uongo, utapeli na wizi. That's what you endorsed. It's now turning against you in broad daylight. I'm a very happy man today. Nyinyi chomeni tiles, enda hata Indian Ocean, chitupe pale, mseme mumenyimwa CDF. Do it. Tembeeni. Walk naked. Toa nguo, tembea Mombasa naked, mseme mumenyanganywa CDF. Strip naked. Walk if you are men and women enough. Travel from Mombasa kuja Nairobi paka State House na matawi. Anza kuimba haki yetu. That is what we want. Sing. Imbeni. Beba mabango na matawi paka ofisi ya rais. Start singing haki yenu. Na wapima kutoka view sasa. Na wapima sana. Na wapima. Na mutaria hii serikali, you will scratch your buttocks. Mutaria kweli kweli. You will cry. Mutalia machozi, murudi kulia mafuta, mulie maziwa, murudi kulia damu. Na hakuna kitu mtafanya. You want to change it. Hizo forms mulipeana, endeni muwashie moto. I'm also equally affected. And I personally endorse CDF. But you made a wrong choice from the beginning. You laid a wrong foundation and the house is crumbling down. These are the members of parliament today at a press conference in Mombasa.
Today we have decided to call off this meeting. We will not attend a meeting and our constituents are suffering. We want our students to go to school. We want 100 million to give bursaries to our students, and failure to which we will start impeaching people in this house. We don't want to joke with the lives of our students, our people, of the poor in the constituency. It is pure balderdash to come and entertain nonsensical, comical and ridiculous activities being done here while our people are suffering. I know what it means to lack school fees.
This morning we have been given communication from Treasury whereby the PS does not have an answer on this issue. And we want to be very categorical. Without CDF money for schools, for the poor children to go back to school, we have no business to discuss anything. Our irreducible minimum to every constituency from today is 100 million shillings to be put into the account and communicated to us, not to be given stories. I cannot return students to school using SMS.
On this matter of CDF, we don't have any party affiliation.
Exactly.
We have got a common stand that this money must be disbursed. Don't forget that these same people lied to us in December that they would disburse 2 billion shillings every week. We are now on week 8. We should have had 16 billion shillings disbursed, which means every constituency by now should have had a minimum of 80 million shillings. And we are saying today here, unless we get 100 million shillings per constituency, we are not going to participate in any parliamentary business going forward. We are not going to leave Mombasa, and we are not going to sit in any induction without the money in our accounts.
That PS, he has no information, because when he came to request us to proceed with the meeting, and he has no solution. He is not part of the solution, he is part of the problem. And they ought to have projected ahead the money that was supposed to be given to us. We have only 4 months remaining to the end of this financial year. We've not been paid anything for our people in the constituency. We can't do anything in the constituency. But the most important thing first is to get bursaries for our people.
Kumekuwa na kiangazi kikubwa, mifugo wamekufa, wale wazazi hawana chochote cha kupeleka watoto shule. Na serikali inatuambia inataka 100% transition. Watoto wa maskini watasoma aje? Watalipa karo na nini? Washa hata karo, watoto wanaenda shule, hamna chakula shuleni. Kwa hivyo tunasema hivi kama wabunge, priorities ya serikali ni upside down. Wanaanza na vitu ambazo si za maana sana, lakini ile pesa ambaye inamfikia mwananchi wa kawaida ndizo zinakosa.
Kuna watu hawana pesa kabisa, hata kwa form 1 kuanzisha hawana, wanangojea CDF. Sisi kwetu elimu yetu iko kwa ICU. Unajua data iko, inaweza angaliwa data iko. Tunategemea CDF ndio tufanye mikakati mingi kuboresha elimu. Unapata paka kwa ward, mtu mmoja tu ndio amepata C ward nzima. Au Lamu East yote hakuna hata B. Sasa sisi tutafanya nini without CDF? Lazima tupate hiyo pesa na isituregeshe nyuma zaidi. Tuna mikakati kabambe, tunataka kuajiri walimu, tunataka hiyo walimu wanaoajiriwa hata kwetu haijafika ile na idadi ambayo tunataka.
Hii curriculum inahitaji pesa for it to be implemented. Ile ilirecommend ya kwamba tunahitaji madarasa mapya for the junior secondary school. Madarasa ambazo hazijajengwa, wanafunzi wengi sababu ya corona na shida mingi hawana bursary, hawana pesa ya kupeleka shule. And that's why tunasema kwamba kama wabunge, there is nothing important now to invest in money in this country than providing CDF money to our children, to our constituencies.